remember to turn on all notifications so you don't miss a video. Volume 9 will be operated on in this video. Chapter 71. This chapter was great. It slows down the plot, but for the sake of really developing the characters. Power is traumatized from nearly dying against the Darkness Devil, and Denji shows that he prioritizes taking care of his friends over spending alone time with his crush, which is a respectable decision that shows layers to his character. Chapter 72. This chapter was great. The main trio hanging out together is great. Their chemistry is really put on display here. Aki deciding to withdraw Division 4 from the Gun Devil mission shows tremendous growth in his character and completes his arc. He started off obsessed with revenge, but after growing close to Denji and Power, he prioritizes their safety over his goal. This mirrors Denji skipping out on Makima in the last chapter. Chapter 73. This chapter was good. Maki shows off her manipulative side when she forces Denji and Power to join the mission, thus bringing back Aki into the mission. We learn more about the Gun Devil situation. This chapter also reiterates that more fear equals more power for a devil. At the end, Aki receives a vision that he and Power will be killed by Denji, setting up a Chekhov's gun. Chapter 74. This was good. Aki looking out for Angel continues their amended relationship and shows how Aki moved on from hating devils. I completely forgot about Aki liking Makima. I don't know if this was ever really explained or if it fits his character. Makima's main power along with Angel's past are revealed. Chapter 75. This was okay. Makima is revealed to be the control devil and takes control of Aki and Angel. This was an interesting plot twist, but how come she wasn't able to take control of them before? Later, we learn that she can control anyone she sees as beneath her. Were these guys not already beneath her? What changed from the first chapter to now? Why doesn't she just control all of Japan's devil hunters? That's a pretty big plot hole. The US president also goes to war with her. My issues start with the summarizing. The Gun Devil's actions are just narrated over with a quick display. Also, how can the president sacrifice the lifespans of people other than him? Chapter 76. This was bad. This is where CSM starts rushing too much, which is ironic because this volume started off slow. The battle is narrated and summarized so quickly, we don't even get to see the conclusion before it cuts to Denji. Chapter 77. This was okay. Makima sends Aki as the gun fiend to kill Denji, and the two start fighting. This chapter tells us that Aki's death was off-screen. One of the four main characters gets an off-screen death. What is that? The concept of the two having to fight is cool, but it would have been much more tragic if Aki's obsession with the Gun Devil led to him becoming the Fiend. But here, he got rid of his obsession, but was forced to fight by Makima and forced to become the Fiend. Chapter 78. This was okay. The cuts between the current day fight and a more friendlier fight between them as kids reminds me of Kakashi vs Obito and is pretty cool. The actual fight is passable. Chapter 79. This chapter was subpar. Again, the actual fight isn't that good, and that's in comparison to what CSM has been shown to be capable of, like the Bomb Devil fight. There's no strategy. Then, Denji even being able to beat Aki makes no sense. Remember when I brought up fear equaling power? The people don't even fear CSM, and the Gun Devil just went on a killing spree. So Denji should be very weak, while the Fiend should be very strong, yet Denji beats him after getting some blood. Denji killing Aki is tragic, but the execution could have been so much better. This volume started off good when it was fleshing out the characters, but halfway through, it started rushing to the finish line. Not enough time was spent on moments and scenes that were supposed to be epic and memorable. If I read the first 5 volumes and you told me there'd be a fight between Makima and the Gun Devil, I would have expected it to be a spectacle that lasted maybe a volume due to how much setup this encounter had. But instead, we get a quick summary that lasts a chapter. If you told me Aki was going to die, I would have expected an epic send-off, but instead, his death is off-screen. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.